Hi, I'm Neal, the Crazy Inventor, and this is...
Lady Linda.
Yeah, together we're going to show you today who the winner actually is. In the last video, we showed you that when one man gets on top of the other man and holds him down, he's holding himself down as much as he's holding the other person down. So we're going to go into whether ancient societies had this law or not. This law is a universal law. If you hold someone else down, you hold yourself down. But first, I want to just tell you just a little bit about You're Amazing and I'll Prove It. You're Amazing and I'll Prove It is helping tweens between the age of 9 and 13. It's beneficial for everyone. That's why we have 9 to 99 is the age group. But it's primarily for kids between 9 and 13 years old. And we have lots and lots of different things in here. We have hummingbirds and eagles. We have lots of basketball stories, and we don't have chapters in this book. We have rooms. You open the door by turning the page into the room, and then we talk about all different things and compare. The reader answers questions at the end of each story. And at the end of each story, when they answer those questions, by the time they get to the end of the book, they know that they are every bit as good as any other human being on this planet. They're no better, but they know they're just as good as all. It is helping a tremendous amount of people raising their self-esteem and realizing they have value. But now to the show. Okay, lady, you better go back and get ready for
Putting the props out.
That's right. For putting props out. Go ahead.
Okay, everybody, see you later.
And we'll get to the first society, which is ancient Greece. Thank you. Let's set up the stage.
Okay.
Here we have ourselves in ancient Greece. Ancient Greece started 6,000 years before Christ and almost made it to Christ himself. The fact is that they spent 6,000 years. As a crazy inventor, I want to know, what did they invent? What did they create for their fellow human being that raised their life? Well, the fact is, the inventions in this society were almost none. We invent more in one day today than they did in 6,000 years. So my question is, why? Why did they not create anything? Well, they spent all their time running around conquering other people, making sure that they could turn them into slaves, and then they used the slaves for their labor to build their monuments to their gods, to their kings, their queens, their rulers. They spent all their energy forcing slaves to build these things. And after 6,000 years, they have almost nothing as far as invention goes. They didn't spend any time raising the people's lives around them. So now we're going to go to Egypt and see if that's any different. Now we find ourselves in ancient Egypt. And as you can see, in ancient Egypt lasted for more than 3,000 years. They started with almost no inventions. They ended with almost no inventions. Why is that? Well, part of it is because they felt that they could get ahead by holding the next person down. Here you've got a slave being beaten, and here you've got warriors that are going to attack other countries and civilizations and steal from them. So the whole system was set up by theft. And if a system is set up by theft, where the heck are you going to go if that's your foundation? So let's see. Let's move ahead and look at ancient Rome and see if it was any different. Here we have ancient Rome. And like the others, in ancient Rome, they built monuments to their kings, their rulers, and to their gods. The civilization was set up on theft. They would force other people to do their jobs, making them slaves, and then attacking other societies, stealing from them, and then coming back and bringing it home. Well, if the very foundation of your society is theft, where do you think you're going to end up? Well, that shows that Rome started with almost no inventions. They had the candle, they probably had the oil lamp, and they had the wheel. Well, that's ridiculous. Even if you add 30 or 40 more inventions that happened during ancient Rome, they lasted for almost 1,500 years, and they only have a really small number of inventions. So now let's move forward to the Renaissance or the Middle Ages. Here we have the Middle Ages. And as you see, not a whole heck of a lot has changed. In fact, when I showed you ancient Rome, ancient Greece, and ancient Egypt, many of the figurines that I used were identical, because the fact is that human beings are human beings. They haven't changed in thousands of years. And so when I show you how these societies have come together and decided that they were going to form their society on theft or conquering the other society and stealing from them that way, then it's the people are the same. It doesn't make any difference. You're still setting your society up on theft. And here we are in the Middle Ages. In the Middle Ages, they built castles and all sorts of stuff that they built for their rulers and for their gods, and then they just oppressed so many people. All of the peasants, they had slaves, and they again started out this society for 974 years went by, and they still had virtually nothing that they invented. There was some inventions, but even those inventions were suppressed very tremendously. In fact, the printing press was invented during the Middle Ages, and it should have changed the world instantaneously, but because the society held back the information and would not allow the printing press to just press information so everybody could start getting information, then they held it down for 300 years. And after your 974 years of the Middle Ages, going into the next stage of our history, we knew less about science and technology than we knew going into it. So after 974 years, we know less because they would not allow information to travel. Here, I find it very interesting, this photograph that I've got here. This photograph shows two people washing dishes in buckets, pails. And I could have used that same picture, just changing the garb of the people in Rome. I could have done it in Greece. I could have done it in Egypt. And nothing has changed. In all these thousands of years, over and over, nothing really has changed. So what came along that made our world the way it is today? The fact is that it was the greatest invention of all times. It's an invention that when it was invented led to almost every other invention after that. Can you tell me what invention was done at that point? So now, if I can figure out where I'm standing here, that's it for this. Again, just conquer thieves, stealing from other thieves. Well, that's just about all for this class, but I told you at the beginning of the class that I was going to tell you who the winner was of all of this. Well, the different societies, the ancient societies, are exactly like the two men fighting. You cannot hold another person down without holding yourself down. So remember that going forward. In the next video, I am going to introduce to you the most amazing invention of all times. It's absolutely incredible. And in the meantime, I would like you to make a comment or two about this video and about what you think the most important invention of all times is? What's the greatest invention of all times, bar none? I will tell you what my opinion is, but give me your opinion. Let me know. And for now, TTFN. Ta-ta for now. Thanks.
To learn more about Neal G. Brownell's book, You're Amazing, and I'll Prove It, click on the link below. If you like this video, please hit the like button and hit subscribe to get more You're Amazing videos.